What's up, guys? We're back for another episode of the Misguided Misfits Podcast. As always, it's your girls, Pebs. And y'all, today is Easter when we're recording this, so happy Easter to all that celebrate. I guess it'll be happy belated Easter. We already did all of our Easter festivities, which included going to my in-laws' house and showing her Paisley in a dress in her living room, because that's all we do for Easter, honestly. I think this is the first year in a while that I haven't done like a full-blown Easter egg hunt party or whatever. I'm tired. Folks don't show up anyway, so I'm tired of wasting my money. So we kept it low key today, even though I don't know. I feel like I got food poisoning and I'm tired of this shit.
You ain't got no food poisoning. Her old ass it then ate. He been eating, so she knows she ain't got no business. Keturah's stomach always been fucked up. It's never not been a moment that Keturah's stomach Keturah ain't never been in the bathroom as soon as she got done eating.
Low key, even in high school, my stomach was like that. Like I would eat something and immediately like I need to know where we going so I know the routes. And I'm definitely not one of those people that need a fancy bathroom. If it got a hole in the floor and I gotta go, that's what we gonna do, because I ain't got time.
Coming to my job, you just came from work and now you want to stop in here and all of a sudden you got to use the bathroom. You was just at work. You didn't have to use the bathroom at work.
But see, at least I'm courteous. I keep the poopery spray. I keep Lysol in my bag. I got the dude wipes in my bag. I keeps it clean and fresh. It smell good when I'm done, but I'm not finna hold it for nobody. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like that whole girls don't fart and they don't go to the bathroom. Like I clogged row toilet up the first time I ever went to his house. And somehow he still married me. So ladies, that's your sign to be yourself. If you got a shit, okay? Because I'm not holding it for nobody. I don't care. It is what it is. If I got a shit in the field, I'm a shit in the field. I'm sorry. Like y'all can blame my grandmama for having us going to the bathroom behind dumpsters, and you make the three little triangle to protect whoever in the middle of the triangle that's gotta pee.
I have also had to go pee in an alley a time or two before with my grandmother.
Man, what our grandmamas had going on. Crazy times in Chicago. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Chicago grandmama's like, well, my grandma, neither one of our grandmas is from Chicago technically, but
no, my maternal grandmother, I don't know. I should know the lineage. My paternal grandmother is from Mississippi, but my maternal grandmother, I don't know. They got to be from somewhere. I got a family reunion brochure somewhere up in there. I'm sure they're probably from somewhere.
My mama ain't from Chicago technically. She from Alabama, so it's probably a southern thing as well.
I don't know. Now I feel bad. Damn. Where's my granny from? I've always only known her to be in Chicago, so I don't know. I know for a fact that my father's mother was from Mississippi, but RIP to both our grandmothers. But if you gotta pee, but I will say, I did see a video online that pissed me off. Is first off, ladies, we keep telling y'all about how to conduct yourself. Alcohol ain't even all that to be sitting up being pissy drunk somewhere. But I seen a video of this girl. She got so drunk that she's pissing on the side of the road through her pants, and her friends just standing. I'm like, damn, y'all couldn't do a formation and at least cover her up so she can pull her pants down. I be really thinking that people friends don't like them.
Well, you know how people are differently when they be drunk. You got the I love you, you got the crazy, you got the I don't need no help.
ISIS. I'm not hanging out with nobody, and I'm finna be 34 in a couple days, and I ain't hanging out with nobody that get drunk like that. Like at this time in my life, it's a no for me. Like I'll have a little bit of alcohol. Like me and Leah were talking about trying to do the drink around the world in Epcot, and I told her, I said, "Yo, we both too old." Like
Y'all I'm gonna try like one drink and share it, because them drinks was strong.
I forgot you came when we tried to drink.
Strong. No wonder people was getting drunk.
Yeah,
around the world
because they want you to get drunk so you can buy all that expensive ass merch.
That you paying for that one little drink is,
bruh, because Ro was fucking tooted.
Oh yeah, it was one drink I didn't like. I was just like, you go.
But he was like, here you go. And that we got him so drunk. But shout out to y'all for getting him drunk, because I definitely had the time of my life when we got back to that hotel. But that's neither here nor there. Sorry, mama. But
at one point, we all stayed the night in the same room.
Sorry,
I
y'all.
was okay with going back to my room. I
But
don't
low
know why
key,
I'm with y'all.
I don't think we knew that the room was gonna have all those extra beds in it. So like a lot of people be talking about, oh, Disney's expensive, which it's expensive. But if you do it right, if you stay at a value resort and you plan your stuff accordingly, like you really can do it in a
I'm
way.
not gonna
Like,
lie, I'm glad I did have my own room, because for the simple fact of how hot it was after us walking for hours, when I got back to my room, when I tell you,
you was
I
butt booty
stripped up
naked.
and got in the shower and was
Yeah.
like, I didn't even want to like
If
touch.
Ro wasn't there, you could have been butt booty naked. I was butt booty naked because all my friends, I'm sorry, if at some point every single one of my friends has seen me butt
It was
naked,
your
because
mama
I
and
don't
your
care.
husband and your baby. They didn't all
My
see your
mama
coochie.
don't. Yeah, my mama don't give a damn. I came out of
But
her
it's
coochie.
nothing for
Paisley
you to
came out of my
protect.
coochie, and Roden came in my coochie. So everybody didn't seen it. So it's like whatever. But I do get, wanting to be comfortable or whatever. But honestly, when I tell y'all I'm so ready for my vacation, like I'm already like, damn, I gotta go to work Monday, and I took 2 hours off early on Tuesday, but I still gotta go in on Tuesday. I'm just like, and
Girl,
I
I
gotta
had to
get my
take
hair
an
cut.
unpaid. This has become a catch up chit chat. I had to take an unpaid lunch yesterday because somebody called out and it was only me and another person closing. So I had to take my unpaid lunch. I went and sat in the back to like eat, but like, and I
Don't you
sat for
normally
like
take
maybe.
lunch?
Do I normally take lunch?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not. We only get 30 minutes, and it's not paid. Like they factor that 30 minutes into your
Yeah.
time.
That's how
Yeah,
every job is.
yeah, but I got paid for my. They take that like I got paid for that 30 minutes.
Okay. I guess I'm a little slow. But y'all, last little thing before we get onto the docket, like y'all might be having a little niece or nephew, because I had to get my IUD taken out, and y'all, I've been going through it since they took that thing out of there. Like, I've known people that said they was having issues with theirs and they take it out and if they feel better or whatever. And I feel better, but I don't know, like they still haven't figured out if that's the cause of everything or whatever. But the OBGYN, which shout out to Dr. Reese, I love her, she's amazing. She was like, your fertility will return immediately. And she did ask me, like, when are we gonna have another one? They'd be so thirsty, because that's literally their whole deal. And I was like, I'm not opposed to it, but I don't know. I'm kind of like, if it happens, it happens. But I definitely feel better with all those hormones out of my body. Like, we'll see. It hasn't even been a week yet, so we'll see how I feel as time progresses. But I'm team no birth control, pull out and pray, use contraceptive.
Give me all the, if I gotta spend that 500.
Is it 500 now? I thought it was like 3.
I don't know what it is. It might be free some places depending on your insurance. I have no idea. It just sounded good for the song. I'm sure at one point it was $500.
What's $500? Are we talking about the same thing? The elitist, the fetus.
Yes.
Okay. So speaking of that, y'all, this is not on the docket either, because this is our podcast. We do what the fuck we want. But there's a video on TikTok going around, and I don't know, because people lie so much. Like that lady who set up and told that long ass story that wasn't real, whatever the fuck. But she says that she met some dude on TikTok who was in jail. Which, first off, you already starting wrong. You pissing me off. And she's like, they finally meet each other or whatever.
Yeah.
And she ends up getting pregnant by him, allegedly, if this story is even true, because a fight broke out and they went to the bathroom, had sex. And she's talking about, can we donate to her GoFundMe for her baby? And I'm pro-choice, right? You get to do whatever you want to do. Me personally, I'm not sure if I could. I guess it depends on the situation, but I have never experienced, deletus, the fetus. But sometimes
I also have not ever. I'm making that sound like I'm just out here deleting fetuses here, there, and everywhere. I've never done that before, but I'm also not opposed to it. This is why I'm
and
very
this is one of
grateful.
those times, because why in the world? and the man got 15 years left on his sentence.
Even before that whole love after lockup, love during lockup situation happened, women have been holding men down in jail for a very long time. And I can't see somebody in jail telling me what to do in my house.
Bruh, y'all on the phone scared because the nigga in. Girl, if you don't call his
Unless
correctional,
he a part of the mob or the mafia or something, then I don't know what to tell you. Because even if he ain't in jail, your life is in danger anyway. But like, unless he got some juice to where he can really keep tabs on you, like for real, like real life.
girl, if you don't change your number and block him,
what here?
they literally you have to accept the call.
Literally.
Like, I'm not gonna let no nigga in jail stress me out. Because me and Ro have
money. You put money on him.
No BS. One of my friends, I'm not gonna say who, had a family member in jail, and they were like calling her, threatening her because talking about she need to put money on their books. And I'm like, girl, you ain't gotta put money on their books. I don't give a fuck who it is. What they gonna do? Come get you? Stay in jail. They better eat that shit on the line and call it a day. No ramen noodles for you. You're not finna be stressing me out. The fuck? Hell no.
Booty work.
I don't know why. Like you know, I was trying to figure out a song that go to that. That's what. But for some reason in my head, I was thinking of the Chloe Bailey song. That song stuck in my head, but also the Booty Work song, and then my mind just got messed up. But girl, don't let nobody from jail stress you out. If you don't go to that little red building and take care of that, like, but to each his own. If that's against your religious beliefs, I understand. But also, I'm not donating to your GoFundMe. I'm sorry. I'm just not.
Well, women's body naturally abort all the time. He will never know.
Bro, he ain't gotta know. Well, honestly, I'd call and say, hey, I just had an abortion. Click. See you in 15 years. The
Nigga
fuck?
not tell him that. Like, what?
Just to fuck his day. Well, what he gonna do? Like, girl, bye. Do not let these men stress you out.
Sound horrible. If you have a loving, well, even these days, even if you have somebody loving, you still gotta be careful. But if you have a loving partner that you have vetted, that you are for sure like, if I have a baby with this person, regardless if we stay together or not, I feel like he'll still be a good parent. Even though, again, people change up, women and men, they change up when stuff be happening. But, you know, for all means, have the babies, do the things. But if a man in jail, unless he like did something that's like socially acceptable to be in jail, like somebody beat you up or something like that out in public and he whooped their ass or something like that, or like somebody killed y'all kid or something like that, like, okay.
But then you still,
if you was like already pregnant,
okay,
and then like he go to jail, okay. But like,
girl,
he already in jail and you met him in jail and he still got 15 years.
And she's talking about we in love.
You having sex in a dirty jail.
In the bathroom of the jail.
In the bathroom. First of all, this don't even sound right, because if a riot break out and y'all,
they tell you to leave.
Like, they secure everything down. So how did y'all even make it in the bathroom?
That's what I thought. This is why I hate social media, because half the shit be fake.
Because if y'all meeting each other, I don't know what jails look like inside. I ain't never been inside a jail.
Me neither.
But from TV, it's either y'all in this one big room or y'all between the glass, talk to each other on the phone.
So they have to be in the little common area. And I'm sure it's ways, if I got a 15-year sentence, you know the prison inside and out. There's ways to get around everything. But if it is real, girl, do what's best for you.
Officers there.
But like, if it's a riot that break out, the idea is that they go and try to stop the fight. I don't know. Who knows? This bitch could be lying, trying to get money off social.
I'm sure the police with inmates that are just not in shackles, not gonna leave that post to go help with the riot. There's plenty of other police officers. Like, they gotta secure these people first.
You think it a lot. You think it's too logical.
Money, and she know people gonna get online and be, oh my gosh, she's just.
I ain't donating to none of that type of shit.
Donate to me.
That part, because Lord knows.
I be feeling bad when I walk past homeless people that be asking for money, but I be like, sir, ma'am.
Be like, gas $5.
It be mostly men. I ain't never really ran into many homeless women that be begging for money. So, but sir,
Homeless women got coochies.
I be like, sir, I don't need to be going in this Dunkin', spending my last $5. I'm going in here. I'm finna be right next to you. Sit
This
down,
is
baby.
not, and it's so bad that most of us are like one paycheck away. Well, I think I'm probably two paychecks away from being home. Well, I wouldn't be homeless, but two paychecks away from like being fucked up. I told y'all last episode. I'm then my stupid ass, me and Ro, we talking about the trip or whatever, and he's like, babe, how much was the power bill? I said, and if you guys are wondering, like I said before, I manage the bills and Ro manages the house, right? Because that's what works for us. Sometimes I don't manage the bills so well. I be forgetful and he be helping me. He said, babe, you ain't said nothing about the power bill. How much is the power bill? I go to the power bill because we got a little app. I go on there. It says, we noticed that you are on our disconnect thing. And I'm like, I have had to pay. So mind you, they say that, but they're not gonna cut your shit off. I had missed the last payment, and then the next payment is due in a couple weeks, right? And I was like, oh shit, let me go ahead. And normally back in the day, when I ain't got money, but I ain't broke neither. Well, yes I am. I'm like in that gray area where, you can afford to do a couple things. And I was like, yo, let me just go ahead and pay the whole thing instead of just paying off the past due to keep it from being disconnected, because with the help of Zip and Klarna and all that, I could pay my bills in 4. Shout out to y'all. But there was
And
a
we get
time.
3 checks this month.
Oh, do we? Damn, I don't keep up with that. But y'all,
I
if you're
keep up
not
with it. I've
using,
been from getting paid weekly to every 2 weeks.
I get paid every 2 weeks. So I've been on the struggle,
Yeah.
on the grind. You got to pay. If you get paid every 2 weeks, I'm telling y'all, you need to pay everything up front. Pay it all up front. And this is a tip for you. You can use Zip to pay your bills, okay? And I'm telling you, make sure you pay them back though, because they will get their money one way or the other. But
It
if you
does
in a
show up on
bind,
your credit. So if you planning on buying a house, getting a car, anything soon, you might want to hold off on doing that for a little bit because it do show up on there as like a loan.
bruh, because it's so fucked up. Because they realized that we was now. I don't even want to say that we was finessing the system, but like for some reason, having a credit card and paying off $1,000 and having $1,000 Affirm or Zip payment, and after you make all those equal payments, it's gonna be done. It's like, I don't know if it's mental or what, but I can pay off Affirm way faster than I can pay off my credit card. And they know that, so because you got less interest, especially depending on which thing you use. Most of them is interest free. They don't want us to be out here thriving, okay? And so then
Also,
they're like, let's report to the credit center.
people fucked up a lot of stuff during the pandemic.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I can see, like, especially if you wasn't working during the pandemic, like,
You ain't had
because you
no
could
business.
get groceries, like you could do Instacart
Yeah.
on like stuff, like
And
certain.
you could do Walmart delivery on Afterpay and on
I
Zip.
mean, if you was in good standing because you had a job and you got like $3,000 that you can spend, and you ain't got
Bruh, you don't even want to know how much mine is.
and you ain't got no food, and you really don't know have a way to pay. You know you ain't gonna be able to pay them back, but you like, but I need food for me and my kids.
Do you know I was down bad, so bad when Ro first had the accident and he had the surgery and all that. I put a Domino's pizza order on Afterpay. Like, that's how down bad I was. It was like $20, and I put that shit on pay it for because that's all I had. I had $5 and make sure we had something to eat in the fridge. And y'all,
Sometimes if you really look at it, sometimes it do be like you ain't gotta pay for everything, or not
bro,
so
I
much of
be
that.
abusing it.
Remember payday loans? I'm sure they still do that because
Oh yeah,
when
they
I was
do.
in my early 20s, I was doing them, and I said I would never do this again.
I
But
never did.
it kind of a little bit, a teensy weensy bit.
But
It's
see,
still
you gotta be
that.
smart though, like, because I know me and one of my friends was talking about how we was never getting no more firms for this year or whatever. Which most of the time I'll pay mine off, like if we get a bonus from work or if I work overtime or we get some unexpected money, which barely happens. I'll go ahead and like pay off ones that's under so much or whatever. But you got to think smart. Whenever I'm doing Zip or Klarna, well, I don't have Klarna. Whenever I'm doing Zip or Afterpay, which I have a 0 Afterpay balance, claps for me for the first time in I don't know how long. What I'll do is I only get them on pay week, right? So if I'm paying my bills or whatever with Zip, I get that on the Friday that my check hits, so I know no matter what, they gonna get their money, so they don't be come knocking at my door.
Yeah, because they take your money out in the morning now. It used to be like whatever time you got the firm or
They
whatever,
like
they used to take it out at that time of the day. But now they take their stuff 2, 3, 4 in the morning. They take their money right on out.
They like, stop playing with me. And I ain't gonna hold you. I was to the point where I was negative on Chime. Shout out to Chime. If you guys want to join Chime, you can check the description because, and this is not sponsored, they're not paying us for this. But Chime got me through some dark times with that 250 that you can overdraft. Thank you, Chime.
I do try not to overdraft my Chime anymore.
Right, because it make you feel like you broke, like your check hit and that shit go. And it's like a vicious cycle.
Check it, you be like, what the hell?
ISIS, not that too. I honestly was down bad, so bad that it was basically like that money was always negative. Every time I got paid, always negative. It'll pay it off, I pay it back because I was just trying to survive. Okay, I had to make sure the light stayed on this motherfucker. And I'm telling you, I'm just so grateful to God to actually, and I ain't been that far removed. Taxes hit. It's only been a couple months since taxes hit, and I ain't been in the negative since then. Because you got to make sure that you're using your taxes in the right way. Make sure you're paying some shit off. Because you don't.
Actually,
taxes. You got
nothing back. Okay, I am single. Okay, it's just me, so I don't get nothing back. I think they tried to say I owe $90. I need to figure out how they can take more money out of my checks so I won't have to freaking owe them. How do I owe y'all? What is happening? The federal, I be like, oh my God, what is happening?
Oh God, I needed that. I remember before I had a dependent, and I'm not even getting how much some people be getting. Folks be getting like 10,000. Like I'm not even getting that. And I think last year was when we finally paid off all our tax debt, and I actually was able to have a refund check or whatever. Which, again, when you got big girl bills like that, shit don't even be like. You be like, I got a bonus. Next thing you look, our power bill was $400. I just had to pay $400. Then we got a trash can that was $375. The garbage can $90. Everybody, our phone bill. Everybody wants some money.
This is what I'm thinking about now that me and my mom was talking about getting us a 2-flat.
It's always
and I know people like living in an apartment, living in an apartment.
Shit, y'all can call the super
house. And your own whatever, you responsible for all that. Something break down, something happen.
They said it's crazy.
Your refrigerator break in your own house, you gotta get a new one. At least in an apartment,
just paid,
and it came with a refrigerator.
What was it? $50 for the filter for my refrigerator. The toilet fucked up. You gotta fix that. The plumber coming to fix the shower because the little knob we using a damn wrench to turn the water on and off. You gotta pay for that shit. Okay. We just had to put new flooring down because the previous owner was a smoker and it was carpet everywhere and just too much.
Was that carpet? I don't think that was carpet. I think that was turf he put in there. That couldn't have been carpet.
So he put turf in the living room. There was turf in the living room, but in the bedrooms, it was like the cheapest 27 cents a square foot. Like if you go to Home Depot, Lowe's, wherever you get carpet, like that cheapest shit that you could get is what was in the rest of the rooms. Hopefully we'll be able to finish all of the work around the house. I've been having to use my big dog muscles on y'all to get stuff done, which I'm grateful because it's pros and cons to having a house, like you ain't got to worry about, well, I do have neighbors, but like they like far away.
Like, a mile away.
It's not no mile away.
You can see them, but they ain't
once we get the gate put up, it's really going to be like, and then I don't even understand because our neighbors, like you can see them, like if I look out my window right here, I can see they like live in like a structure and then they have like an RV or something, but they got just as much if not more land than us, but for some reason they decided to put that structure like right where we can be in the sight line of each other. Like, I don't understand. But we gonna actually get into the nitty gritty of the episode. I'm sorry, y'all. We both been working. I worked so much overtime last week, so this is as much for the Misfits as it is for me and Isis to kind of connect with each other. But this is why you got to make sure that you're doing everything right, reading those contracts and all that shit, because I don't know. Well, I'm sure you have seen the Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane. And y'all, I want the niggas that make it out of the hood to leave that hood shit alone. Like, he just got out of jail like the other day. And y'all talking about, I seen a bunch of different conversations about it. So if you don't know, Pooh Shiesty and some other rapper who I don't fucking know, and the Pooh Shiesty daddy got arrested for, and you can't even say allegedly because they got them niggas on camera robbing. And
he was on, apparently he was on house arrest and had
yes,
the
he was also on house arrest with the ankle
ankle
monitor
monitor on
on.
like he was
I was
doing.
like, damn, nigga, are you okay? And what happened was he was trying to get out of his contract. Gucci Mane said no. And so they thought that they was going to rob him at gunpoint and get him to sign this paper, when legally, if you have a gun put to your head and somebody makes you sign something, that is null and void, right? But you know, niggas, I don't want to say whether or not he graduated from high school or whatever, because they don't teach you that shit in school. All they teaching us is about the Pythagorean theorem and where the fuck to put a comma at in a sentence that I still don't really be using.
Sure, I don't even think they teaching the kids that.
Girl,
No
they
fault
don't even
to the teachers, but it
yeah.
sound like the administration.
Yeah, because they ain't even teaching kids how to sign their signature on these documents. They don't know
They
what's
don't
going
even
on.
teach them how to read analog. Is it analog clock?
Yeah, clocks.
They don't even
It's
teach them
really
how to read.
sad. But is it unfortunate that he's probably in a 360 contract or whatever? Absolutely, from a moral standpoint. But from a legal standpoint, you signed that contract. And from Gucci Mane perspective, you're making me money. So why would I be like, I'm a good guy or whatever, whatever? But also from Gucci Mane's perspective too, like, why did you even agree to meet with this nigga after y'all had the exchange that y'all had in regards to his contract? I don't know. From the little images that I seen, Gucci Mane didn't really seem like he was like worried and or scared, because he's like, I got cameras and everything else. And people like, oh my God, he snitched and blah, blah, blah. First off, I don't see Gucci Mane being the one that snitched. It was a bunch of other people
Because this
there.
happened back in January or something like that, didn't it?
I don't know. I thought it happened
This
recently.
didn't. I mean, like, January wasn't like that long ago, but it wasn't like it was like last week. I don't think people were saying. I don't know. I didn't really hear like time frame, but I felt like somebody was like, this happened back in like January.
But even so, you have an ankle monitor and you're in a place you're not supposed to be at. They know where you are. So they're going to do an investigation. It's kind of similar to like the Tory Lane situation. Meg did not snitch on you. She actually tried to like cover up for you. But the state is the people who, it's you versus the state. It's not you versus whoever the fuck. And at the end of the day, y'all need to make a decision. Do you want that street shit, or do you want to be famous and be a celebrity? Like,
because my thing is,
you gotta let one of them go.
2026, and we all have heard the stories about people from the 90s and the early 2000s, them horrible deals that them people was in. And the music industry is the music industry is the music industry. The entertainment industry is the entertainment industry. They still gonna try to trap people in these deals if you ain't smart enough, if you ain't got nobody, because everybody is shicey. Everybody want to make as much money off as whoever they can make off of, and then be like, I don't have to give you nothing because you still owe me for X, Y, and Z. So it's 2026. And granted, if you so street smart, you should be about your business and about your money at the end of the day. Whether you know books or whatever, like whether you got
get a lawyer though.
Whether you got a degree, whatever the case may be, got a high school diploma. If you was really about them streets, that means you really about your money, which means you really should have been figuring out if this deal is going to be worthwhile of you getting your money, regardless of, I mean, I don't know what Gucci told him, but I'm assuming it was on some, man, I got you, you finna make all this money, because they're trying to sell you into making them money.
Facts.
So you wasn't on your P's and Q's, and obviously your daddy wasn't on his P's and Q's either, to make sure his son ain't finna be set up in this horrible deal that he's never gonna get out of. And now look, y'all finna be in jail.
And since you was on parole, they finna make you serve whatever the fuck time you was supposed to serve that first time around. Plus these new charges. And you gonna get counts for every single motherfucking person that was in that motherfucking place. It just don't make no sense. Honestly, now the music industry, you don't even really need the record company as much as you used to for like exposure and all that stuff when it comes to like social media, things like that. But when it comes to any contract, I don't care what it is, you need to be reading these things. Like if it's a prenup, you need to have a lawyer go through and make sure that your interests are being met. If it's a contract for like legal purposes, like
hell, put it through Chat GPT. Tell them to send it to you electronically and put it through Chat GPT. I know they don't want us to use AIs, killing them people, messing up their water and stuff over in their towns. And I completely understand. I'm not.
But honestly, AI is so ingrained. Like I've seen a lot of people talking about ChatGPT and not to use it, whatever. Like I don't use ChatGPT to create images and shit like that because I think that that's just stupid. But sometimes, hey, can you make a caption? Or I need to send an email to somebody, and they be like, oh, you can formulate your own. Even Google now, when you go to Google, that's AI. When you using I don't want to say her name too loud because she be listening. But if you use that little Amazon device the way you can ask her to do stuff for you, you know her name. That's AI. All that stuff is AI. Siri, all of those things.
Google, all of that.
It's all AI. And at the end of the day,
it don't make it right. We not saying that it's right. Because if I lived wherever they was building them things at, I'd to Flint, Michigan ain't got nothing to do with the AI situation. That's some other stuff.
They just not got clear. No, they got it. They just got it.
Like in 2013.
But did you see some other place got like slime water? Like what is going on? The world is burning.
People say you need to vote in your primary and all that for your state vote.
I gotta look and see where that is that got slime water because they for real guys, and they talking about it's cool.
The predicament they ended up in is because of they politicians messed them up. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's what it was.
Okay, yeah, no, that
ain't wrong. It's definitely. I don't know what Pooh Shiesty was thinking.
He was just thinking, he was upset, and you could tell he didn't take the time to think about that shit. And you know, everybody like his name wasn't Pooh Honesty or whatever the fuck, because whatever. I don't even know a Pooh Shiesty song, if I'm honest.
I can't name one, but I'm sure if it started playing.
Name 5 Pooh Shiesty songs, gun to your head right now, like I'd be gone.
Yeah, but I don't know. But the funniest thing was everybody was like, now how Keisha Kayor let him get out her sights? And she was in that interview talking about because of his mental health, she don't let him out his sight. Girl, where was you at when he was getting
First off, what's she gonna do?
She can't do nothing. But if you claim to be up his ass like that, you should have known. You should have been.
He's probably, hey, babe, we finna go have a sit down.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like,
and he had security with him too. It was just apparently it was like 3 guys he had. I don't know. This is the Misguided Misfits podcast. So if you want accurate reporting, go to CNN. Well, honestly, you ain't nowhere giving you accurate reporting these days. So do your own research.
It might be TMZ. Might be the only people that's giving.
Yeah.
Whether it's moral or not, it be on a. People be giving them the information because they paying for it.
Yeah, and I feel like people just, I don't understand. Like, I think that because Gucci Mane used to, you know how far removed Gucci Mane is from the streets?
First of all, y'all was just saying Gucci Mane is a clone. So obviously this ain't the real Gucci.
Oh my God. So I was trying to avoid saying the clone stupid ass shit. Like,
if he's not the real Gucci Mane, why would y'all think that he will be about that life? He's a clone. He's not.
I'm telling. Okay. Like, me and Ice already know what it is. We know we ain't doing crimes with each other because the other person, as soon as you see Ice is eating a fucking Whopper with cheese.
You gotta get to that point.
At least get the Whopper.
If they gotta bring me to the police station and pull me into a room to ask me what was Keturah doing, and I'll be like, they already know. Sometimes they don't be knowing, and people just be running their mouth. But in your head, you like, damn, they already know. So if they didn't know,
at least get the seafood boil before you snitch over me. Okay, get the food.
The fuck up out of here. This is about as close as the jail that I want to be. They got something in that precinct where they go lock me up if I don't tell the truth. So no, they got a hole in cell they can put me in. Absolutely.
Okay, this is why neither one of us are criminals, because I ain't got time.
I would not last in jail, in holding. In holding, I would not last. I would be like, this is a sick joke. And who's about to pop out and say you've been punked? Because
where is Ashton Kutcher at? I cannot. I'm literally crying right now.
absolutely.
Oh my God. But we already know that about each other, so I wouldn't dare do no crimes. I'm too scary because I remember when, what was it, the PPP loans? Is that what it was? Like,
Yes.
I have a legitimate business that I am currently closing down, but I had a legitimate business that I could have applied.
And they still slowly getting them people. Every few months you hear about people getting locked up about them PPP loans from 2020. And they
I
thought
was like,
they just gonna let that go. You think the government is gonna let go them giving y'all loans?
Even though
We
we
not
just
talking
spent
about
$8
grants.
billion over there messing with them folks.
We not talking about grants. We not talking about a gift.
You got to pay
Loan.
that back. And I was like, nope, I was too scared. And I'm glad I didn't, because it's a no
Slowly
for me,
but
dog.
surely, they getting some of them people to jail. If you ain't
And
had
I'm
no
trying
proof.
to figure out, do you think that not Corey, Lord, that Tory Lanez album, did he record that in jail? Or was it like, I already got these songs, let me put them out?
What you mean, like the way it sound, or just
First off, I'm not one of those people who, I haven't heard the newest album. Some of Tory Lanez's older music I did enjoy, but it's hard for me to, like, I didn't like it more than I like Meg. And like, even with like I still can listen to R. Kelly and Chris Brown or whatever the fuck. I can still listen to those people. But I didn't listen to Tory Lanez enough for me to be like, yeah, I'm still listening to him now. Like, I won't cut his music off, but I'm not like, yeah, play that Tory. Like, and I just feel like it's so weird, like all the celebrities that be pandering to him. Because I'm like, he did do it. Why are y'all still defending him? Well, I don't know though, Ice. If you did a crime,
whether he really shot her or not, he was in when, as much as y'all be wanting to be about the streets and y'all be knowing X, Y, and Z, when you have been convicted of things and you are still on parole or whatever the case may be, I don't know if he was on parole.
He an illegal immigrant.
Also that too, but you can't be around guns. You can't be around other convicted felons. You have to walk on the straight and narrow.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you wasn't the person that shot the gun, you were still in the vicinity of the gun. But then
they also said that they both was, that apparently, like I heard somebody say that her and Kelsey was out of the car at the time that the shot was fired. But I said, I ain't got time. I don't give a fuck. It's rich people problem. But I think it's weird, like Sukiyana, I don't really know what her deal is. From, like, I was just like, girl, why? Are you okay? Like, what did Meg do to you that you pandering for this nigga?
I don't know, because she was on Meg's. No, was that Carisha? That might have been, she was on Carisha's side when JT and Carisha was going at it, because she did like a diss song or something.
My thing is, mind your business. Like, girl, like, I was just so irritated with her.
We was just being there for you in your pregnancy.
I was not there for her.
You done linked up with this white woman.
What is that girl name? What's Barney? No. What's Barney's sister name?
Bebop.
Is it Bebop? That's not.
It's not Barney's sister. It's the little yellow one sister, Baby Bop.
Baby Bop. If her Baby Bop ass don't go sit somewhere down somewhere, because I like her personality, but I feel like she weaponizes being hood and ghetto and dumb. And I don't think she is necessarily dumb, but I feel like that's her brand, and so she's trying to lean into it.
That was Tiffany Haddish until she did that one thing with Beyonce or whatever she did on the runway thing. We know her side with Beyonce, and then she got up there on that runway and everybody was like, you coon. And I'm like, but we like her coon ass 2 seconds ago.
The folks be killing me. They like what they're like, yeah, she wasn't never funny or whatever. If that was the case, she wouldn't be famous. Like, y'all have control over that. And I just don't understand that.
Like, they wouldn't have put a random person in Girls Trip with all them other well-known black actresses.
I do think that she probably needed a better publicist, or like, I don't know which is the person that like reels you in a little bit, because once she started getting famous, it was like she couldn't navigate how to be, in some of that shit. You got to cut that shit off.
She been pretty quiet so far after she broke up with Common. It's been hush hush from her pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, no, I think while she was dating him, she had calmed down a lot.
Common seemed like he weird and he be like, hey, all that extra shit, shut up. Like,
and then after their relationship, you really ain't really heard much from Tiffany Haddish.
No, I think I seen a video of her running on the beach in high heels, and it kind of pissed me off. I don't know why, but I just seen that earlier, and I was like, I like her, and I think she's funny, but she also like can be too much. And I hate saying that about Black women, so I wish her all the best because she was like, I feel like she was in everything at one point, and then it like just trickled down.
So, like, you gotta have a good balance. Like, not to bring him up, but Kev on stage be doing some crazy stuff sometimes, but not like on that type of crazy level. Like him always just willing to take his shirt off anywhere. I'd be like, but that's also not like a crazy thing.
And he also a man though. They'll let a man get away with a little bit more than they let us get away with when it comes to, especially when it comes to comedians and stuff. And I hope
he only do that stuff in like certain places, like where it makes sense for him to do that. Like he'll take his shirt off on a podcast because you're funny.
Yeah, I've been trying to get back into Here's the Thing because you know me, if I miss an episode, it'll be 6 months and then I'll have to binge all the old episodes. But I hope that everybody involved just like gets their shit together.
I really wish people would just let it go. He is in jail on his. That has nothing to do with Megan getting shot. Was Megan getting shot the catalyst of that? Yes, but also this is the state that charged you.
Yeah, and I just think it's so weird. Like all these random celebrities just that be piling on, and Megan seemed like she just is like, and I don't know none of these people. Again, these are celebrity folks, and it's way above our pay grade. But like, all she seemed like she want to do is have a good time, and like, I'm glad to meet
a documentary. Now I'm not gonna sit here because we talked about it, I think, on the podcast too when the documentary came out. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, she just seemed like the best person in the world, because she even admitted herself after her mom passed away and she really don't have nobody.
Yeah, you be wanting to feel, and I get that.
Doing crazy stuff.
I think it's also unfortunate to sleep with somebody that you know your friend like.
Yeah.
I think that's.
But also, did Kelsey really like him? Can we really be honest? I get it. But Kelsey, I don't think Kelsey really liked him because she got married shortly after the situation happened. So I'm like, girl, you didn't necessarily. Do you feel some type of way because your friend slept with somebody you slept with? Yes. But let's be real. Did you really like Tori?
Yeah, I think it might have just been some like, damn, I can't have nothing, and Meg is already popular, and she was already probably feeling some kind of insecurities about being like it's weird too.
But she her friend. But my thing is, she was her friend before she became Meg the Stallion. So you know, even if it's right, if it's wrong, you know how your friend is. So it's kind of like,
yeah,
is it right? No, but you've been been sticking around this long, hanging on to the coattails of Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah. Megan Pete, before she became Megan Thee Stallion, she was just Megan Pete going in college and y'all hanging out. I'm sure with a body like Megan in Texas, Megan has always been Megan, big dog, big mama.
No kid.
So, I mean, again, it don't make it right. I'm not that type of friend. I don't wish to have that type of friend.
We definitely don't have the same type, so thank the Lord for that.
So it's kind of like, first of all, don't even go there, okay?
What? We don't have the same type.
Always like to try to be shady when it comes
shady.
Like, anyway.
Isis. We definitely do not like the same kind of men.
We don't. We do.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Ventured out into different flavor persuasions of the spectrum.
Yeah,
not that far. Mexican,
but see, no, y'all be trying to play. Ro is the only white man I have ever dated, had sexual intercourse with, or anything. The only white man.
Mexican, as far as
I've never had a Mexican. Ro is the only one. Before Ro, it was blackity black nigga. But everybody be like, I knew you was gonna marry a white man. Like, what you mean by that?
What the bottles at? Like T.S. Medicine on her podcast.
But I ain't mad about it. Bro, I really was like, I was looking at like, even in high school, like, mama was like, I thought something was wrong with you because I was Ed Hardy, fucking down to the socks, wearing those. Remember those belts with the spikes on them and shit? Remember that? I was wearing the damn Vans and like we was listening to
It was definitely the place for you if you wanted to like
yeah,
curate your style.
yeah. There was something for everybody.
It was very clicky at Kenwood, but also it was like it was weird. It was like
Yeah, it was
clicky.
definitely like fashion runway. Like I literally wore heels like from sophomore year, because I think freshman year was when I was kind of like trying to find myself, what my style is, what who I want to be as a person. And then like I moved from kind of like that emo stuff to like girly, I'm wearing heels and makeup all the time type shit. And then I learned that I could merge both of those together. I can still be the, as y'all can see, look, I fucking got pop vinyls and all type of shit and anime on my walls, and but I also still like, girly shit. Like, and I feel like it's okay to have like that duality. And Kenwood was definitely the place if you want to be different.
I was just trying to keep myself from being bullied.
I wasn't never really worried
For
about being
exactly
bullied.
all the time.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell Isis had going on. I don't think she blossomed until she left Kenwood, honestly. And she could be
Barely.
herself a little bit more. Whatever. But I think that that's a perfect segue because these celebrities be celebritying. And I don't know. I know that the internet is not a real place, but also I still be getting pissed off when the internet do what the internet do. So Brandy recently released, I haven't read the book. I do hope she comes out with an audio version, because for me to sit down and read an actual book these days is like almost impossible. I'd probably still order it for my library, but she mentioned about her relationship with Wanye, the dude from Boys to Men, and how she lost her virginity to him when she was 16 and he was 22. Disgusting. And this is coming from somebody who is married to someone who is 22 years older than them. We did not date each other until I was of legal drinking age. And actually, I was well above legal drinking age when we met each other. And at 22, there's no reason why you should be even in the same room with somebody that's 16. And everybody's like, oh, they're celebrities and it's different because of the world they were in, or whatever, whatever. And then they like, oh, she was fast. And it's like, nobody is putting any responsibility on Wanye in this. It's all, well, Brandy was fast, or where was her parents at? Like, what about the dude? Why is it okay for him to be attracted to a 16-year-old girl? Like, I don't understand. And like, he even said that it was inappropriate, like years later when he was on Breakfast Club or whatever. And they like, oh, because they was trying to say that, well, we didn't start talking to each other till she was legal age. And I think it's creepy. Like those guys that's like, we knew girls in high school that was getting picked up by the older dudes um on the outside in the cars or whatever. Like, a girl cannot be fast enough that will make a guy that's not attracted to underage girls be attracted to her. Like, if you're not into underage girls, you would not find her attractive. Like, I don't care. And I feel like it's disgusting. I feel like we need to have, because that's 6 years older as a 22-year-old. Like, why y'all even, like, I can see like they'd be like, oh, he's 18 and she's 16, because it's possible for y'all to be in school together and y'all run into each other and y'all got feelings for each other, whatever. I could even see 19 and 16, because maybe he just graduated and you was a freshman, he was a senior, or whatever. I could even see that. But for you to be 22 years old and having a relationship, and they be like, oh, where's the parents at? Act like your parents knew everything that you was doing all the time. Like, do you know where your kids at right now? Probably not. And I feel like it's sad that people can't tell their truth or tell how something affects them without people going back and being like, no, she was at fault in that situation. Like, and I'm definitely the pot calling the kettle black because of how much older Ro is from me. But like I said before, I was 23 years old when I met Ro. Well, got a college degree, well out of college. And I didn't really even know he was that much older than me when we met, because he always looked younger than what he actually is. And by the time we really even got to that point, I was already kind of like feeling him, and we both laugh now when we think about it, because I did not think that he was gonna be in game. I thought that this was gonna be like, okay, I'm knocking something off my bucket list, and then we was like, hold on, oh shit, this in game, and here we are 10 years later, going on 11. But I don't know. Prayers to Brandy. I really hope that she got a good therapist, because I'm sure that that kind of shaped how she dates and how she carries herself and self-esteem and everything else like
She
that.
had a lot of big stuff happen to her outside
Yeah.
of her career.
Yeah.
Like
Because honestly, Brandy is. You said, oh man, I forgot about that. I think that Brandy could have been way bigger. And Brandy was big. But think about if she didn't have all that other stuff happening, she could have been way bigger. And I think too that show kind of hurt her too. Because Brandy and Ray J and them, they was like them and the Kardashians, they was kind of like, and what Paris Hilton, that whole little era was like the
they
first
did have
people.
a show, the Norwood.
And I think that it kind of painted them in a negative light or whatever. I hope that that book was some healing for her.
Not to blame the mama. I also think she was probably one of the mamas where people be like, with R. Kelly and them girls, and it was like they parents was just kind of like, but he R. Kelly and he got money. Because she was a
Yeah.
manager for a really long time, wasn't she? No,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could very, very be wrong. I have no idea. But she definitely does give me, I'm going to do what I need to do to make sure my kids is in the room.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And to, because sometimes she enables Ray J, and I'm like, Ray
Girl,
J,
when she was talking about, you know how Ray J was talking about he was finna die, I knew it was some bullshit when he said it. Because dealing with my husband who just had heart surgery, he was like, oh, my heart's only working at 10%. Sir, if you had that much blockage, you'd be on somebody's cutting table right now.
yes. Do I think he do got something wrong with him?
Yeah, she said that it's
But it's
something going on with
probably
his heart.
that he don't want to tell what it. Which my thing is, you ain't got to. Well, I guess if you're gonna be up jumping around at these tours or whatever
ISIS.
else you're doing, appearances.
They basically told him if he don't take his medication, he could die. That's most people. Like he just be real performative sometimes, and I think he needs some couch time in it. Can we unsubscribe from his show? Because you know it's bad when she said Brandy said, I love my brother from afar. Keep that
Well,
shit
she's
away
always
from me.
said that because they used to get into it all the time on the show.
Mm-hmm.
She came. I think she came on Love and Hip Hop one time.
Oh, did
When they
she?
was, I think so. I think him and Princess was going through it, or he was going through it with somebody on the show, and she so happened to make an appearance, or it was something she came on, and I was just like, Brandy, what are we doing here? I didn't understand that show, little brother, because I feel like on the show, their mom used to always be like, "Oh, you gotta bring him along, like you gotta." When they had their own show, the Norwoods, and I used to be like, they grown though, so what are we talking about? Ray
And
J
let's
can't
just
really sing. But what are we also talking about?
wait
One
a
Wish is a good
minute. Oh,
song.
wait a minute, girl. Wait a minute.
And I think we was all really excited for that song because it had Little Kim on it.
Wow, ta-da! What's up next? It's the little one, and then not Bow Wow. I love that song. What's the other one he had? One wish, one wish, one wish, one wish, one wish.
And it's a good song. Like anytime you play it, it get people in their feels. But
But then
like,
when you actually listening to the vocals, like, is
like
this Alvin and the Chipmunks or what?
it's okay that he can't sing.
And you know what I've been thinking about? And I didn't watch the verses with Tank and Tyrese. I seen clips, but that he didn't made a full song about that
Oh,
turtleneck,
about him and that turtleneck.
and
I didn't watch
he
it.
he released the song because I I have a bunch of I love Tank and I love Tyrese. I love TGT, like all of that. And when artists that you like release a new song on Apple Music, it like come up at the top. It is literally a new song on Apple Music talking about turtleneck. I said, why would you do that?
I heard it because Kurt Franklin did a duet on TikTok to the
I did see
performance.
that. He was like, I like wearing turtleneck or whatever. Like, ain't I don't know. And apparently Tyrese, and it's kind of like they best friends, but they also be button heads, because I was watching a clip of when they had the album Three Kings with him, Tyrese, Genuine, and Tank, or however the order is, I don't fucking know. And Tyrese is always like, because he's been in all the movies and all that stuff, that he's like the big dog in the group, and it's his fucking ego is the reason why I don't have a second album, because that album was flawless. But apparently they had a song that they were supposed to be doing some kind of promotion for, but they don't know the song, right? They don't know the lyrics to the song. He was like, no, we're gonna record it in 2 days on national TV. And Tank like, yo, we don't know the song. We haven't performed the song. We haven't rehearsed it. Tyree's like, nah, we cool. We got it. We gonna be cool. And they go on there, and Tyrese and Tank fly, but Genuine drives. He tired. You know Genuine. He always got something going on. And they was like, he's like, I'm tired. I don't know the song. And they was like, here go a 5-hour energy. Just take the 5-hour energy. That y'all could go back and watch this clip. Genuine fight, because 5-hour energy. I have taken a 5-hour energy to drive from Chicago, from Alabama to Chicago on no sleep, and that shit don't help. Like all it do is make your heart beat real fast. Like, and you can tell he fighting a 5-hour energy, and they don't know the words. He was like, he just mumbling the words. And the song is, they actually recorded a song later called I Need, and that's the song they performing. And the song I need. I fucking love that song. Okay. I listen to that album at least once a week. But watching the video clip, knowing the background, and Tank was on the keys in the back just laughing. Like, I told this nigga that we should be out here doing this stupid ass shit.
And you know what? I'm not gonna take nothing away from Tyrese. But when people watch Fast and Furious, they not watching for Tyrese. So what is he talking about?
But he's still getting that check though.
I mean, he getting the check. I'm pretty sure he's getting amazing checks off of.
They got a ride at Universal Studios.
But let's not, just because you getting the checks, let's not act like people, ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. Okay,
and low key,
you wish that you could work it like they do, but you can't.
And I don't know. I feel like,
and this is coming from somebody that don't even really fool with. I think I stopped watching after Tokyo Drift, which is like the third movie.
No, when I say
no, I seen the one with The Rock. Those I did watch Hobbs and Shaw.
Don't let them hear you. They gonna cancel us because Tyrese gonna come get us. What's the bald nigga name? Vin Diesel gonna come beat our ass. Don't tell him that you like Hobbs and Shaw.
I don't. What? Hey, it was a good spinoff.
But Ro loves Fast and Furious. That's like one of his favorite movies out. I think it's his second favorite movie behind Iron Man, and I fucking hate that shit.
The original one, he just watched all of them. Even when they went to space.
All of them. He's seen all of them, girl. I was like, and then I gotta support my man. So I'm just sitting there like, this don't even make, and I don't like shit that don't make sense. Like, why they called y'all out of all the people they could call? This the people, y'all the ones on the list.
The franchise started off as a heist. They were stealing. Started off with some microwaves. They was trying to get us. What was it, that truck? Some microwaves or something in the very first movie. They was just.
I can't tell you the plot of any other goddamn movie.
And now they in space. And
bro, they throwing cars. They driving cars on mountains of ice. Like,
now they the law. Where do we go? Where are we coming from here?
They got people dead. They ain't dead. They back. It's too much. I was just like, and I feel
like they should have brought Bow Wow back because he was good in Tokyo Drift, and they know they wrong for bringing Han, whatever his name is, and ain't bring Bow Wow back. They should have brought him back. Good. Bow Wow was unproblematic. He don't cause no trouble.
The only time that I legitimately was like, I'm gonna watch Fast and Furious is because John Cena was in one of the movies, and anything he in, I got to see. And I was glued to the screen looking at John Felix Anthony Cena, just looking at him like this.
Anyway, they should have brought Bow Wow back,
but they need to just cut it off. And
no, you know who? Now it's too big.
No, they need to go ahead, let that go. You know what else needs to go is what's it called? Grey's Anatomy. They just got renewed for season 26.
Why? It's only like 2 original people.
It's the 2 black people, Dr. Avery and what's the black lady character name? I can't remember her name. And then Grey, she's still there.
I thought she quit.
Did she quit?
You said the black man. I thought she quit.
The black man is there, and no, I don't think so. I think she went down.
At one point, she was saying she was quitting. She wasn't coming back to the show, and then I do remember all of a sudden she was back on the show, and I was like,
"Bruh, when them checks start,
how you gonna have a Grey's Anatomy show and the Grey ain't even on there? The mama been dead since season 2, 1. She was the only Grey. The reason why we got this show.
Do you know I literally was like watching Grey's Anatomy so much. But what happened was that scene where the fine ass, what's that fine ass black dude with the pretty eyes, his character, and the little redhead girl, when he stopped her wedding and she ran off on her wedding and then they had a baby together and broke up. I'm like, a nigga will ruin your life for no motherfucking reason. You could have just let her marry that other dude and live her life. But not only did you come in there impregnate her, now y'all break up. Like, I couldn't deal with it no more. That was the last time I watched Grey's Anatomy.
I think
Like,
I
I
have
was just
only
pissed off.
seen maybe 5 episodes of Grey's Anatomy, and that might be 2 from season 1 and maybe like 2 from season 3.
No, it was good. At one point, it was so good. It was so unpredictable. It was just like love, explosion,
so
sex.
like, it was just so many seasons that I was just like, I'm never going to be able to catch up. Also, there's still new seasons coming out, so it's kind of like, it's kind of hard to like, I don't know, because I caught up on The Rookie, so I'm caught up on that. I just new episode, and I'm catching up.
No, we still got one more episode of The Rookie. It's coming out. There's one more episode.
I just watched whatever the new episode was, and then now I'm catching up on just the regular 911.
Yeah, I just got done watching the newest episode of the 911.
So I'm only on season 4. I think I still got this like season 9. I'm so far behind. But the acting on that show is so bad, and it's been bad.
911 slander will be tolerated.
I'm watching it, and I'm glued in. I was just watching it before we hopped on the podcast. But every single episode, I'm like, this acting.
But the storylines are gonna get so wild.
It's so weird because Angela Bassett is not a bad actor, but her acting in this show is awful. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Yeah, she definitely be like, I'll be like, okay, this is a little dramatic toning down, and I'm like, she's the
one thing that she has been in that I'm just like.
But shout out to her. I think she's the highest paid black.
I'm sure she is
actress on like a television program, as she should be.
I need Angela Bassett, and y'all gonna give me crumbs to be on this show. I don't even know who any of these other fucking people are. Besides the black man that was her husband, then they got divorced because he was gay. I know him.
We knew him from Soul Food, though. He was black famous. He wasn't, and he was on Prison Break. I watched Prison Break, but then it started getting too much. But you know what I just watched? Because since this episode is fuck it, we're talking about what we want to talk about. Okay,
we got to like a couple of topics.
Yeah, we hit a couple of hot topics. But y'all, I just finished XO Kitty on Netflix, and if you haven't watched the what is it, All the Boys I've Loved Before, you have to watch that. Then you gotta watch XO Kitty. If they don't come out with a season 4, and I know I'm 33 going on 34 years old, but I love a high school drama.
I think that's why I started watching To All the Boys I Loved Before, because I was like, this is getting a little bit too.
It don't matter. I love, and oh my God, when Mino said.
Ever since Netflix has implemented this whole you gotta have your own password thing, I'm on my mom's Netflix, right? I pay for the Netflix. It was her Netflix. It's up under her email, but I pay for it. I somehow got caught up into taking the bill. Whatever. But recently here, it keeps saying I be in the house where our Wi-Fi is.
Your mama must be watching it somewhere else. That's the only thing. And because that happened to me. And what I had to do was go and reset the home network at the house. So you gotta go in there and reset where your home network is while you're home. Yes, you go and you gotta reset your.
So we've changed the password.
Yeah, you gotta go.
Like other people accounts on there that I'm just like, I don't.
Yeah, you need to what's it called? Log off all the other accounts, and then you need to go to you. I think you got to do it on a web browser. Let me see. But y'all need to watch it. I says you should watch it. It's so good, girl. These little high school Korean folks got me crying and shit. Like he said, I don't know what my future holds, but I know that I want you to be by my side.
I think I watched season 1 of To All the Boys.
Well, it's movies. It's 3 movies, and then there's.
I think I've watched the one movie.
Okay, you gotta watch the other 2, because Lord Jean and Peter, and then now we got Kitty and Minho. So good, amazing. I might rewatch it. I literally watch it all in one season, and sometimes like I can watch TV and do my work, but like I need to be able to focus. So I think sometimes you miss stuff, because I be needing to listen to like a podcast or whatever when I'm like building jobs or whatever. Y'all, I watched it in one sitting and then I was depressed after I finished it. But shout out to that. But I think it's time for our favorite part of the episode because me and Isis will chit chat for 3 hours and y'all just have a 3-hour podcast. I'm not opposed to that, but
y'all, after we get off the podcast, we talk for at least another 2 hours.
Sometimes we just be sitting there holding the phone, like
Sometimes
washing
she'll
dishes.
get off the phone because she be like, all right, I gotta go. And my family.
Whatever.
I'm kidding, y'all. But
Shit,
most of the time,
Paisley's taking a nap right now.
Most of the time, after we get off the podcast, it'd be another 2 or 3 hours.
It says you can transfer. Isis, this is what you need to do. You can transfer your profile. It says that's dope.
I need to figure something out because if I'm I can see maybe if I be at work and I'm trying to watch it, it'd be like, okay. But if I'm in the house and you talking about you don't seem to be a part of the household. This is the household. And I pay for the Wi-Fi too. I just thought about it. I pay for the Netflix and the Wi-Fi.
You like, bitch, hey, who household is it? It's my motherfucking household.
Is it in my name? No, but I still pay for it.
Bro, and I think that my mother is listening to me. She just texted me about some movie, I guess, called The Forge on Netflix. I never heard of it, but I got to add it to my list because my mama, she be eating with the recommendations.
And what's so annoying is that when you try to log back in, it got to send you a code to the email. You can log back in. It's too much Netflix. Like,
this is a 2-hour movie. Maybe me and Ro can watch it. It says, y'all, before we get to MISO, this is the movie recommendation my mother just gave me. The Forge. It says, struggling to find his calling, a 19-year-old Isaiah faces life-challenging opportunity when principal business leader offers to be his mentor. Is this in Chicago? They got on Chicago stuff. Okay, I'm going to add it to my list. And then I'll come back next Monday and let y'all know if I liked it or not. But it's time for the Am I the Asshole? As always, this is a story that we haven't read before, and we're going to give our unbiased opinion. And this week is Isis' turn for the story.
All right. Am I the asshole for saying I don't give a fuck about my roommate's baby? That's exactly what the title says. It ain't blurred out or nothing. I'm 27 female, and I have a roommate, 25 female. Originally, it was me and my roommate, but she got pregnant by her boyfriend, causing her boyfriend to move in. At first, it wasn't a big deal. He wasn't loud, and my roommate didn't really bother me. But as the months passed and she got more pregnant, she started becoming more entitled and rude. For an example, she would constantly steal my food, and when I try to confront her, she would play the pregnancy cravings card. But the day that finally made me snap was the day I brought home a small personal pumpkin pie. I wrote my name on the box and put it in the fridge. Later, when I went to get some, she was literally standing there eating my pie. Honestly, I wouldn't have cared if she only took a slice, but this bitch was literally eating the whole thing. And fed up with her always eating my food, I got mad and I yelled at her. I asked her why was she eating my pie knowing that it wasn't for her. She started crying and said she's pregnant and she can't help that the baby was craving pumpkin pie. In a fit of rage, I yelled at her and said, I don't give a fuck about your dumbass baby. She gasped dramatically like I just said something world-shattering, and she ran off to tell her boyfriend what I said. Later, he called me a bitch for yelling at a pregnant woman who can't control her cravings. So, am I the asshole for saying I don't give a fuck about my roommate's baby?
Okay. First off, I was done when she moved her boyfriend into the crib. I'm calling the landlord. He is not on the lease. Y'all got to get the fuck on. Because if y'all got all this stuff going on, you got a baby, you damn sure can't bring that baby. What the baby gonna do when the baby born? That baby ain't on the list. That y'all got to get out of here. And I've been pregnant before. Let's just say you craving pumpkin pie. You tell that fucking lazy ass nigga that's living in your crib to go get you a pumpkin pie. You don't eat somebody else's pumpkin pie. And you wasn't craving no fucking pumpkin pie. You know goddamn well you wasn't craving no damn pumpkin pie. You was hungry and you seen she had pumpkin pie and then you ate her shit. Not only should you replace her shit, y'all should find somewhere else to live. Because what do you mean? And then here come your broke ass. Why you ain't got somewhere for her to live? You moving into her crib, that means you don't got a crib for her to move into. Or her crib is nice or whatever. Like, you go and use, and honestly, like, I'm not saying that pregnancy cravings aren't a thing. But it wasn't like I'm gonna die if I don't have this thing right now or whatever. Like I don't remember having, and maybe my husband has different recollection of that, but I don't remember being like, oh my god, I need ice cream and potato chips at 2 a.m. I really feel like a lot of people be manipulating shit so they can get what they want or whatever. But like, don't blame the baby for that. That's your ass. Okay, like no. Paisley, she made me not want shit. Some shit that I love and I smell it and I'm like, no, I can't have that. But I didn't have pregnancy crazy. But again, every pregnancy is different. But also, go get your own shit. You don't eat nobody else's shit. Like my college roommate was like that. I had to lock my food up because her ass would eat my food. And at first, I'm like, oh, she ain't got no food. Then it started being like, all right, bitch, eat my food again. That's how I ended up spending so much time in your dorm room because of rude ass roommates like that was eating my shit and using all my products and stuff. Like I used to sneak in Isis' room in college because she lived in a fancy room where you had to sign people in, and it got so bad that I would just flash a little ID badge, and I was there so much that they just was like, fuck it. Like shout out to you and Brittany and Karen for letting me stay in y'all dorm room because I was the 4th dorm member. Or did y'all already have 4 people? Or was it just 3 people?
I think we had 4 people. I know my roommate had some other stuff going on, so a lot of times she wasn't there.
Oh, that's probably
Brittany
why then.
roommate, I can't remember what happened. She had a roommate.
I thought Karen was her roommate.
No, she was mine.
So you had 2 roommates. You had 3 people in your room?
We had 2 rooms.
Right. 2 people in each
room.
room.
And 2 people each room. Brittany had a roommate. I can't remember who the girl was. Brittany had a roommate. I can't remember what happened with that situation, but I remember she had a roommate. So she must have had a roommate, and then the girl must have moved out, and then maybe she just never had a roommate after that.
Yeah, because I never remember a 4th person.
But yeah, she definitely had a roommate. I don't think the girl was just ever there.
I don't even remember the name of my roommate. Like, I don't remember her name at all. I remember she was a weird white girl who mama used to shit with the door open in our dorm room every weekend. And she would eat my food.
Us? Not us. But that was at UAB. I forgot what it was. Where somebody had peed in the girl milk. Her roommate milk.
Yep. And I remember that. The girl
ended up telling her if not, she would go drink that pissy milk.
Mm-hmm. I don't even remember why the girl peed in her milk, but I remember that.
Why would you
know how she had to squat, and you know how hard it is to pee.
Like you had to like
Isis. When you go to the doctor, that little cup that they give you is hard to pee in. So imagine a milk bottle opening is even smaller.
I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe she peed in a cup and poured it in there. Maybe she didn't just squat over the milk.
That is a lot to do.
If you mad enough to piss in somebody's milk, it's nothing that you won't do. There's nothing off the table.
And I'd be like, I just assume they sterile, and I hope and pray to Jesus.
Yep, I just put it right up there.
I just put it right up on there because ain't nobody got time.
Because if you try now, you got pee all on your hand. All
pissy, like you trying to wipe pee everything. The toilet be pissy.
What does somebody have to do to you to make you want to pee in their milk?
What? I don't even.
Did she like sleep with her boyfriend or something?
I don't even think it was nothing serious because I feel like I can't remember what it was, but I feel like when somebody finally told me, I was like.
But we had a lot of stuff going on. Remember the shit that happened with the pledges? Remember that? Like allegedly, and they had to stop the line and all that. Like,
and sometimes I be like, I mean, you should let nobody. It's my thing. Hazing is not good in any capacity in any organization you want to be in. It is not good, and it is a lot of times you get into these organizations, you be young, but if you ain't got the mind to be like, bitch, I'm not doing that, and you not gonna make me do that, and I didn't pay all this money.
Facts. Because they really can't, if you pass that little test at the end, they really can't tell you that you're not in the sorority or the fraternity or whatever. Because I ain't putting nothing in my cootie. I'm not eating nothing. Like, you're not going to make me do your homework.
Nothing like, I think she got dropped from the line or something like that.
No, I thought that somebody had to put something in their cootie.
So I think what happened is that the girl got dropped from the line, and then she started snitching. on everybody after she got dropped from the line and saying what was going on, why they was doing everything, like
But
what was going on
Isis,
during the
why
process.
would you be asking? First off, these some freaky ass bitches. Because what do you mean put this in your cootie so you can be in a sorority? What do you mean?
Remember that part? That very well
Yes.
could have been. That very well
And
could
then
have
it was
been.
something about they made them be blindfolded in some water or some shit.
I don't know, but I
Isis.
definitely know it was the girl had got dropped from the line, and once she got dropped from the
And
line,
I
that
remember that because she had got her mama, and when her mama was
yeah, it was
involved
like
and
a
all that.
whole thing.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
remember them saying like that. And again, this is rumor. It's like the telephone game, especially in college. It's even worse. And they was like that they blindfolded some people and they had to get in some water, and it was supposed to be like a trust exercise. Sometimes you gotta have discernment and be like, I'm not finna do no stupid ass shit like that.
and granted, 19,
ISIS, I don't care what you talking about.
people be like, a lot of people be thinking that's deciding their life, their future, what's gonna happen in
You
their
better
life.
do grad chapter and shut the hell up, cause ain't no way. Give me
Yeah.
the test. I'll take the test right now. I'll recite some poems real quick for you because ain't no way. But I don't think that's in the cards for me. I remember I used to really, really, really want to pledge, and I don't know because my dad is a member of Omega Psi Phi fraternity, and to see that brotherhood is amazing. But I don't know. We still young. Anything can happen, but I'm not sure. But if you guys have made it through this episode, we appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys are following the podcast at Misguided Misfits Pod. Also, now that I have all of my camera equipment and microphone, we should be having episodes of the video as well as the audio, so you can check out the video on YouTube and you can listen to the audio wherever you're listening to podcasts right now. Make sure you guys send this to at least 10 of your friends so we can get more people into the Misguided Misfits community. I don't really have any news, honestly. Everything's going pretty chill. I'm not even gonna ask Isis this week because she ain't got nothing. She and the one time
Did have something.
well then
You
you would.
don't know.
All right, Isis, do you have anything for the people this week?
No, I don't. But that's besides the point.
Well, we love you guys. If you made it this far, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.